Hi guys, welcome to the Lux Conversations with Ololade. I'm glad to have you on another episode. I'm excited that you're listening. Please sit back and enjoy and follow the conversation. So, one question that I would like to think that many people have asked themselves like at one point in their lives is, why am I here? What exactly am I even doing here for? Even like this is one of my favorites. Is this world just a simulation? Are we just like in a form of video game, and something just someone is just playing stuff and all of that? Is this even real? Is all of this real? Like, trust me, I've heard so many questions like that. I might have even had questions like that at some point myself, and I totally get it, because sometimes it just looks as if life is just, it's just a cycle of wanting something, working to get that thing, and once you get it, you're looking for the next best thing after that. You're done with school, you get a job, you do it for a while, you get another job with a better pay, and you do that for a while, probably growing your career, or you get married, have kids, and die. Like sometimes it seems as if, oh, that's what it is. Because really, if you look at it from that kind, if you want to see it like that, really, I understand that it can be like that, it can look like that. But then, if we all come to the realization that first there's a creator, right? This world did not just come to be by some Big Bang theory. There's really nothing like that. Trust me. I'm a science student. I heard all of that. I learned all of that. But this world did not come to be by that. No. Just even looking at the creation in itself, right? When you look at the skies, you look at the stars, you look at the sun, you look at the moon, like the seas, the oceans, everything was placed carefully where it is. It was not just by a mistake that the sun is where it is. It was not just by a mistake that the oceans are the way that they are. And then we have land that we can walk on. And then the sky. It's not by mistake that we have oxygen that we can breathe in. It's really not a mistake. It was not, and it can't even happen by chance. If it happened by chance, there would be a lot of things going wrong. The gravitational pull probably not just be enough to hold us down. We'll probably be floating in the air. Like, if you think about these things, you will just know that, like, the creator was intentional. And by the creator, I'm referring to God, right? God was intentional in his creation. It wasn't a mistake. In short, God is the master designer, is the master planner, is the master inventor. When it comes to inventions, it like it takes it all. It takes all the accolades, because, excuse you. And so when we have this realization that this world is not, this world did not come to be by chance, it might actually help us to then know that we ourselves, like each of us individually, we're also not mistakes. We're also not here by chance. We're not here because it's a simulation. We're not here because there was a big bang thing that happened and exploded, and then matter just keep like, nah. We were created intentionally by God for a reason. Our lives, our stories, our past, our experiences, all put together to shape us to who God wants us to be. Right. And so if at any point in our lives we feel as though, what am I even doing here? Why am I even here? What is the essence of this whole life? If at any point in our lives we ever have those questions, we're ever in that state, the best thing to do is to go back to the one that created you. The best thing to do is to go back to the one for whom you were created, right? God created us. He created us, placed us here on this earth, and He has a plan for our lives. He has a plan. He has something that He wants you to do, right? He has something that he God is very intentional. So like that's very, very, very important to know when you're thinking about this matter. Such that if you ever have that thought of why am I here, or will be like I trust me, I know I can totally relate, but then the only person that has all of that answers is God. You won't find that answer in the mouth of a you won't find that answer what are these guys now? These guys that do all this horoscope things, all those weird stuff. Yeah. You will not like the answers are not there. The answers are not the answer is with God because He created you. Right? And now the only way to God, the only way that was declared clearly, He declared it by Himself to God is Jesus. Right? He is the way to the Father. Jesus is the way to God. So for you to actually know who you are or why you are here, why God has created you, why He has placed you here, you first need to know the person of Jesus. And in finding who Jesus is, in understanding and knowing who God is, you eventually then begin to come to a point where you have self-realization, where you begin to know yourself, where you begin to know why you are here, why you were created, who you are in Jesus, who you are in God, right? So it's not like I'm just putting that out there, right? You have questions. Why am I here? Well, go to God. God has all the answers. God, and funny thing, not funny, interesting thing is, He's always willing to talk to you. God is a loving Father. He cares so much, cares so much about each and every one of us that He has placed on this earth. And all that He wants us to do is to just seek Him with all our hearts, and we will find Him. So when we go to God with questions in our hearts, more often than not, we would actually get, answers to these questions when we go about it the right way, you know, in prayer, studying of the word, and God will reveal Himself to us. He would reveal His plans to us that way. He will reveal the reason why you're actually here. So I just because the reason I feel this needs to be said is most times people have all these questions and then begin to seek for answers in places that they will never find answers. Right? If you're going to I really like if you're reading like I feel there are so many wrong ways to go about trying to understand your purpose and trying to know who you are. But the number one way, the tested and trusted way to actually know why you're here is by going back to the one that created you. And I hope that this very short message or conversation that we have had would actually help you to come to that point where you think on these things. I hope that you think on these things that I have said. I hope that you actually act on them, and that if you're even in that point of your life where you're not sure what it is that you're doing or what it is that you even want to do, I really hope that you seek God with all your heart, and I trust that you will find Him, and He will lead you, and He will lead you down a very beautiful and perfect path, right? Because the path of the righteous is like a shining light, and it shines brighter and brighter even until a perfect dawn. And so when you seek God, that is the testimony of your life. That's what will happen in your life. I really hope that this has encouraged someone out there. I really hope that this has encouraged you to seek God with all of your heart, because that's the intention. That's what I wanted to achieve. Yes, so thank you so much for listening to this episode. I hope to catch you on my next episode. And bye.